Hey Padawans, what's going on tonight? Happy Friday. Uh, I wanted to discuss Jason's Deadpool Wolverine review. And yeah, okay, you're probably wondering why is Miller talking about Jason's review? Well, I always been a comic book fan. I've been going to Comic Con since 1987. I'm a movie fan. I'm a movie critic. Uh, I love film. I studied film. I took video production, directing, okay, photography. So I know something about movies and film. I'm not going at Jason. I want you to think of it as sort of like Roger and Ebert at the movies. Like I'm Ebert and he's like Roger, and we're just disagreeing on a couple of things on the Wolverine and Deadpool movie. Well, more than a couple of things. Actually, I disagree with his entire review. But look, I'm not saying that somebody can have an opinion on a film, but I'm just here to like kind of sort of just debate Jason a little bit, like give him a little hard time because I didn't think his review was good. I thought it was awful. And again, think of it like Roger and Ebert, okay? I mean, the guys, I think they hated each other. I don't think it's true. I really don't think they hated each other. I think they caused a lot of drama for views, kind of like YouTube. Like they get into the movie theater and they like argue with each other. But the thing about so good about Roger and Ebert was like they had good points on filmmaking. They actually talked about the way to make a film. They knew about this stuff. They had the background, and I done a couple. Actually, I think I done about 3 or 4 of Deadpool rants. I mean, not really. I never done a review of Deadpool and Wolverine because I never seen the movie because I refuse to see it. I don't watch garbage. But what I'm here to say is that, and Jason knows that how I feel, and Jason has me blocked. He did a review today of a Lunchables, and that was pretty good. I think Jason should do more healthy food. Baby carrots, cherry tomatoes, broccoli, stuff like that. I think he should do more healthy food, and I like the review. Thank you, Jason. That was really good. But you didn't finish the carrots, bro. What happened? I'm just saying. Look. The argument that Jason had was that Deadpool, and I'm just gonna say Deadpool because I mean saying Deadpool and Wolverine is just too long. The Deadpool movie made a lot of money, so it must be good. No, that's not the way it works in filmmaking. And when I say filmmaking, I'm talking about the greats. I'm talking about the greats, Steven Spielberg, George Lucas, all right? Francis Ford Coppola. That's what I'm talking about. The great filmmakers of our time, especially the 70s and the 80s. Now, the reasoning, Jason thinks it was an amazing film, that it's the best thing ever, and you can't go wrong, and it was so funny. Okay, I'm not going to say it wasn't funny because I didn't see the movie, but that's not what I'm here to say. What I'm trying to tell you here is that I know filmmaking. In film, when you study directing and you're trying to write a script, this is what you do. You go in and you say, okay, look, how can we do a movie and have a message in the film, a hidden meaning without anybody knowing about it, without anybody finding out. Only sort of like the film students will know about, the subliminal message, the hidden message of the film, what we are trying to portray, what we are saying within the content of the film. So you can have a movie and just be about something, and it's not about that. That's what you learn in directing school, directing class, script writing, okay? You write a script and you want to, I'm not saying it's propaganda, but what you want to do is you want to hide your true intentions, okay? You want to hide your true intentions in the film, and you have to do it in a smart way. You have to distract the viewer, okay? You have to have things in there that the viewer will never find out. They will never know, unless, maybe 10 years later, 20 years later, maybe someone will come around and say, oh, I get it. That's what this movie's about, okay? And that's how movies become called classics. I don't want to go too long, but what I'm trying to tell Jason here, and I ain't speaking directly to you, Jason, is a movie can be funny, it can be dramatic, it can be about anything, but you have to look beyond the trailer, beyond the film. Okay, it's about what it means to you. It's about what it really stands for. Okay, and that's when I have a problem with Deadpool. Yes, a movie can be good. It can be funny. It can be great acting. It can have great special effects. It can be the best production in Hollywood. Okay, it can be like 300 million, 500 million spent, and it's amazing. Now, that doesn't mean that it has a great message, a good, fundamental message for the family, for everyone. And I've just looked here, and I've seen that Deadpool, okay, I guess Deadpool and Wolverine spend $100 million on advertising. This movie is a disgrace to Marvel fans, to comic book fans. They spent $135 million on advertising. I remember, like, months before the movie came out, even then, it was like 3 months away of its release, and Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds were all over the late shows. They were promoting the movie everywhere. I couldn't get on Facebook without finding out about Deadpool and Wolverine. And look, man, you can like them. You can say it's a good movie. It is okay. There are good movies, but it doesn't mean that they are good for society. It doesn't mean that they are learning. It doesn't mean that they are good for children. Okay, that's what I'm trying to tell you here. So yeah, you enjoy the movie with your buddy John, and you had a couple of drinks, whatever, and you were eating your food, but it doesn't make it a good film. What makes a good film is the artwork. And what I've seen from the trailer, this is just a stupid movie, a childish movie for women, for little girls. Okay, that's where Marvel has become, Jason. It has become, the target audience is little girls, little boys, little children, people without intelligence. Now, I'm not saying you're not intelligent, Jason. What I'm trying to tell you is that this movie is just for the masses, just for the dumb people that go watch a movie just because they said it was great on a trailer or in a commercial. People get brainwashed really easily just by looking at some advertisement on TV. They said, oh, the greatest film of all time. You got to come see it. No, you don't. Okay? And it's not that I will tell you, when I go see a film, I see films differently than the average person. Okay? Because I took all those courses and I know about directing and script writing. And again, like I said, I did a couple of scripts. A movie can be great, but hold on. All right, my car alarm. But it doesn't mean that it has an impression. It doesn't mean that it's artistic. It doesn't mean that it's creative, okay, or it sends a positive message. And I know that a lot of you think, oh my God, poor Jason Miller is critiquing his review on Deadpool and Wolverine. Poor Jason. No, Jason's a grown man. We are grown as man. All right? And this is not even a bad thing. We're just talking about a Marvel comic book movie. I've known Deadpool for a long time. I was at Comic-Con, as I told Jason earlier today. I was at Comic-Con and I met Jim Lee, all right, and Rob Liefeld and Todd McFarlane, and these guys were working for Marvel at the time before they left to Image to create their own comic book because they were sick of Marvel. And they all left Marvel to make their own company, Image Comics. And Rob Liefeld, he's the one that created Deadpool. And Deadpool originally in the comic book was not as stupid as he is now in the movies. He was more, he joked around sort of like Spider-Man, but he was not like totally stupidly idiotic, like a little child like he is now. Personally, I don't like comedy when it comes to superhero movies. Okay, I think superhero films should be taken seriously. I mean, that's just me. You know, I come from Superman with Christopher Reeve. Okay, to me, that's the number one superhero movie of all time, Superman. I like really serious films about, you know, I like Ghost Rider. I thought that was great. The first Thor, the first Captain America. And I stopped watching Marvel films 10, 15 years ago. I don't watch them anymore because it's a joke. They don't consider the source. Actually, they slapped Stan Lee like a little pussy. All right, like Stan Lee when they worked on the Incredible Hulk, like the original one when it wasn't Marvel. Actually, that was a really good film. Now the Hulk is a joke. X-Men is a joke. It's all a joke now. Even Thor, even Captain America, Iron Man, they all have become a joke. It's sad. I wish we had more serious superheroes. Superman is still, I mean, DC is doing a good job with Superman. They're still considering the original source. He's still a serious superhero. I'm very passionate when it comes to comic books, guys. And I want to see the original content of the original creator, the original artist, and the people that made the original comics. And Deadpool came around in the 90s. He was part of X Factor, X Force, sort of an X-Men. I mean, you know how comic books are in X-Men, you know, and in Marvel, they all kind of interact with each other. But I wish we would have had an X-Force movie with Cable as the leader of X-Force, because he was the leader of X-Force. And I wish we would have had that. I would have liked to seen a more serious X-Men movie with Wolverine wearing the. I am happy that Wolverine finally, after 10 years, 15 years, is wearing the yellow outfit, but not with Deadpool. We should have gotten a movie, a good X-Men movie with Wolverine, not include him with Deadpool. That makes no sense at all. But with Hollywood, you have to have Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman, who are both gay, and they have to push the gay agenda. Okay? And that's what it really is. I'm sorry to tell you. They're groomers. Disney is grooming children. All right? They're promoting being homosexual as a funny thing. And that's what the message of Deadpool and Wolverine is to promote homosexuality, LGBT. And I can see it right away just by looking at a scene. I can just look at a 2-minute scene of Deadpool. I don't even have to watch the whole movie. That's how good I am. And I already know that is the LGBT agenda. I already know that. I understand that a lot of people can't see through the bullshit and they cannot see through the comedy and, the special effects and the action. I get it. I know a lot of people don't care about that, but I take this shit seriously, guys, and I'm sorry. And I'm not coming at Jason. His review was very bad. It was mediocre. It was horrible. Uh, Jason, when you do a review, it's not just retelling the story. All right, bro. When you do a review and you just say what happens in the movie, like just summarize the movie, that's not a review. A review is you talk about the acting, the production, the directing, okay? The meaning of the film. And you never talk about what happens in the movie when you do a review. But hey, some people do things differently, you know? But I'm saying, go back, man. Go back and watch Roger and Ebert. They never talked about what happens in the movie. All right? They never say, well, she did this and he was over there and they got run over by a car and then at the end she fell into the thing. You know, they never did that. A review is not just retelling the story, Jason. That's not a review. That's more just like going on live and just saying what you saw. And I'm not, I said I'm not fighting with Jason. This is more of a, sort of a rebuttal, critique, film critique. I am a film critic, and maybe because I read the books. I've seen many films. I collect films. I know a lot about films. There's not a lot of superhero movies that are any good out here. There's not a lot. Again, I stopped watching Marvel like years ago because they focus more on the actor than the source material, than the original comics. They change the stories. All right. They forget the 60s and the 70s and the 80s. They jump into the 90s. Okay, in the 2000s, because in the 90s, and especially later in the 2000s, that's when you had to do all this, diversity stuff, and that's when you had to start having a black Superman, and because a lot of people got called out in the past, like, well, how come you don't have a black Superman? How come you don't have this? How come you don't have that? So in the early 2000s, comic book companies were forced to include all these diverse, weird people, like the mutants and all this stuff. That's what happened. Anyway, I think I'm going on a little bit too much here. I can't expect Disney to make a good superhero movie. It's not going to happen. They only care about money. They only care about the actors. And what sucks is that the actors, like Ryan Reynolds and Robert Downey Jr., they're the ones who are making the movies. Not Marvel. Like, they're the ones that have input on the storyline. They're the ones that are writing the script. The actors. But I will finally tell you this. Deadpool is LGTB. It's obvious. Anyone can see it. Well, maybe Jason can't see it, and a lot of people can't see it. Again, the target audience is little children, little girls, because they are trying to brainwash these kids into thinking that acting this way is normal. All right, they're trying to brainwash the children. Have you seen a superhero carrying a little dog, like a little chihuahua, in his lap? No, that's something women did. All right, the way he slaps his ass. All right, the way he touches his face with both hands and open his mouth. All right, the way he dances around to the boy band music. Just the way he acts. He's gay. He's LGTB. Ryan Reynolds, Hugh Jackman, that's what they are. And this is the message of the film. The message of the film is we're making fun of ourselves for being gay. And this is how we act. We act like little boys. Basically, try to watch one of these LGTB parades and then try to watch Deadpool. And you're going to see similarities in the way that these men act. Okay? it's sad. It's very sad that people don't notice these things, because they are hidden in the film. I mean, the overall tone and message of the film is hidden in there. But with comedy, and Jason, think about this. Look at Saturday Night Live. Which even Chevy Chase has said that Saturday Night Live, SNL, is absolute shit. And it is. Look at the way they're portraying Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. Okay? They're cool. They're wearing sunglasses. They're always telling cool jokes, right? They're always funny. They're cool as fuck. They're cool with the kids and the crowd and the young guys and the teens, right? This is the way comedy is today. Just pay attention, Jason. Watch SNL. And a lot of comedy is this way nowadays. That's the way they do comedy. If you want to push an agenda, you portray it as funny. Okay? So teenagers that have no clue that they're growing, they're barely growing their brains, they don't know what's going on in life, and they watch these things, they're going to be swayed into voting for Kamala, or doing things that are not appropriate, like doing, I don't even want to mention, but you get the idea, sexual things, okay? So, and if you want, in comedy, if you want to turn someone against someone, you make them look bad, all right? So if you want to make everybody hate Trump, you're gonna make fun of Trump. You're gonna make them look really stupid, say stupid shit like eating cats and dogs, or talk about nonsense, and you're gonna do a comedy sketch, and you're gonna make Trump look really stupid, all right? And when you're trying to say the Democrats are better, you're gonna have them look cool and cool as fuck. The same with homosexuality. Like in the Paris Olympics, you're gonna have them look cool. You're gonna have them do cool things. You're gonna have them, the different colors. This is the way it works. It's all subliminal, bro. It's all subliminal. And you just gotta catch up. You gotta learn eventually. You gotta get older, get wiser, and maybe you'll be able to notice these things in art, in painting, in TV shows, on TV, on at the movies, at film. I've seen a lot of movies that meant something, and they never talk about it in the movie. Like, War of the Worlds is not about the Martians, right? Stuff like that. I mean, there's movies that are showing you things on the screen. Like, what's a good example? The Sixth Sense. You see Bruce Willis in the film, right? He's walking around. He doesn't look like a ghost. He's actually there talking to the kid, right? But at the end, you're told that he's dead. Think of that. Think of the way directors cheat, Jason. They cheat. Because Bruce Willis was always on screen. He was walking around looking like a real person, right? But then he tells you that that's never happened. Only the kids saw him. So why is he on the screen? Why is he walking around? How did the camera capture his clothing and everything, right? A lot of this is what I'm trying to say. You have to know film. A good director will hide the original intent. That's what I'm trying to tell you. And when you look at movies like Deadpool, the original intent basically is it's cool to be a fag. Have a good night, guys. I'll see you soon. I'm coming back. Think about what I said, Jason, and may the force be with you. Bye.